How do you feel about ultra-violence? Well, Stanley Kubrick loved it. The book A Clockwork Orange was developed into a screenplay by him in 1971, after he was given the rights to it in 1970, after everyone else offered the rights turned it down after doing further research, apart from Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones, who expressed wanting to play the character Alex DeLarge, the main character of the story. At one point the Beatles were going to write songs for the soundtrack. However, Kubrick scrapped any of this, getting relatively unknown actor Malcolm McDowell to play the lead role of Alex DeLarge, and for the soundtrack to be mainly classical tracks, especially Beethoven, performed on twisted and distorted sounding synthesizers. The film caused a swath of controversy and praise upon its first release, with some critics calling it brilliant but dangerous, some saying it was an ideological mess, and even one critic saying it was borderline pornographic. The film is a dystopian masterpiece that shows the effect of a society of disillusioned and violent youths with no law and order until it's too late, upon when the dangerous police brutality is shown. This creates an endless cycle of violence and hatred that the government at the time refuses to acknowledge until too late. The film shows all of this through fighting, robbery and depravity, aptly named
ultra-violence.
After the film was released, it was pulled from cinemas relatively quickly in the UK, after Kubrick received death threats, and the sensationalist news reported what turned out to be false reports of copycat crime. However, the film still went on to gross $114 million on a budget of $1.3 million. Although at the time it had mixed reviews to say the least, it has gone on to become one of the most revered films, not just in cinema. It also influenced the wider world with the way people perceived messages and violence in other pieces of media. It also made people reflect upon the current state of the world at the time and what could happen if people let society get to a point like the film. Currently, it sits an 8.2 on IMDb and an 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. And that's why A Clockwork Orange should be in the Film Hall of Fame.